G'day, welcome to the Simple Cooking Channel. Today I have a special guest.
Hey guys.
Jordan's going to be cooking something rather interesting.
I'm going to be doing savoury meatballs in brandy sauce. This is a favourite tapas dish of mine, and it's a little complex, but if you get the ingredients right in the right order, it's not that hard at all. So here goes. Okay, so the first part of this recipe is creating minced garlic. So instead of using a garlic crusher, we're going to do this all just with our knife. So what we do is put the knife over the garlic, and careful that you don't come down that way on the blade, of course, and squash. Okay, so then we peel it, take the little hard bit off. The reason we don't use a garlic crusher is because you only get half as much garlic, and then you spend 5 hours trying to clean it. Okay, so we've got the garlic there, holding the knife finger first, okay, and instead of having our fingers out straight, curl them back. You can have that part of your finger touching the blade, and then we come down in this motion, pushing forward. Whack a bit of salt on. Okay, and then what we do is, with the blade, is we squash it in, okay? So there's your crushed or minced garlic. Okay, so we put around 100 grams worth of breadcrumbs in, and then we get some wine and give it a good splash. Okay, so we soften the breadcrumbs with the wine and just give it a bit of a mix in. Okay, so that's going to help our meatballs stick together. Now for the spices in the meatball ingredients, we're going to put probably around a tablespoon of cummin in. I'm not really one for using measuring devices, I just think it's easier to guess it sometimes, and after a while. Then half a tablespoon of cinnamon, whack that in, so put a bit of nutmeg in. So what we can do is now add that to our breadcrumbs, or you can put them straight in, but it's better to sort of mix them up first. We're going to put our garlic in. Okay, so I use organic mince because it just tastes better and it's better quality. We're using around 250 grams, which is roughly half this size. We whack it in, and then just start combining it all with your fingers. Okay, so next we put in half a can of peeled tomatoes, or you can use some real ones if you like. Now, the key ingredient to any tapas dish is smoked paprika. That's used all the time and gives a real smoky flavour, but slightly spicy as well. So lots in, probably I put close to 2 tablespoons in. Okay, and then we have our chicken stock. So I put in about 1/4 cup. So I just give it a decent splash. Okay, so we give that a bit of a mix. A bit of wine for good measure, just a splash. Okay, so the next step is to make our meatballs, and we just grab a small amount, maybe a walnut size, and you can just roll them together. Alright, so we have our meatballs all rolled it into a similar size, so they cook the same, and into our pan. Bit of olive oil in there.
Now, is this a dish that you could flambe if you decided it was something a little different?
Oh, actually yes, we can, and that'll again add some different flavours of the actual alcohol. So we might use some brandy again for that, or you could use scotch or bourbon or anything really to add, just because you get the sugars once it reduces down, the alcohol burns off, you get sugars into the dish. Alright, so our meatballs are looking fairly evenly cooked so far, and we're going to flambe. So pour in our alcohol, brandy, and stand back, lean, and up we go. Shaking. I think I might give that another go. Give it a big shake, and we're cooking our meatballs, and then alright, so now we add our sauce ingredients. You could probably use a smaller frying pan than this, but we're going to lower the heat down, okay, and we're going to let that simmer away, and we can cover it, and we're going to cook it for probably about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so our meatballs are pretty well cooked and the sauce is reduced down, so we're actually going to turn off the stove, and we're just going to cover this. We don't have a lid, but we're just going to cover it with some alfoil, just watch you don't burn your hands. And we're just going to leave that there for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll have our finished product, meatballs. Okay, so now just simply remove. So here's our finished product. As you can see, it looks pretty good.
Yum.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my recipe of savoury meatballs with brandy sauce, and let's taste it.
Excellent. Oh, best meatballs I've ever tasted.
I paid him to say that. No, they are good though.
Beautiful.
And just remember, the ladies love it. See ya.
So I'll see you next time for my next meal.